Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the final spot for the open bracket OpTic Nation. We're a little bit late into the game, and that's just what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately, opted a little delayed here, but 2 minutes into this one, so far, 10-point lead here for OpTic Nation. Nothing crazy going on so far. On board with Ricky, who's going to be covering his partner here at C, trying to get this coverage. There's going to be one player pushing down these C steps. Might be a second one in behind that, but good kill there from Ricky.
Yeah, and Ricky's doing a good job here. I mean, a lot of teams have kind of adapted to this kind of sit back at back statue and just kind of get kills because the rotations in this map are just so crazy.
Yeah, no, they really can be. Kill is going to be outshot there by Trojan. One player laying prone on C. B's going to have to try and get a kill here, and Bose will be able to take that out. I just called him B.
Here comes Money B. Gets a headshot with the Vector, which every single pro I've talked to so far this weekend, when they're watching the game and they see Vector play, they're like, they just need to nerf that headshot because it's an instant kill. You know, they did it with the Vector. They did it with the MTAR, excuse me, and now they have to do it with the
we've been seeing a bit of a split. I mean, some teams you'll see running 4 Vectors. We've had, kind of a 2-and-2 split with the MTARs. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on and see how this plays out, especially when we get down to these final rounds. But like you said, this is for the final spot. So this is a huge game. If you're an OpTic fan, I mean, this nothing else has really mattered up to this point. This is the game where it all counts, as Ricky will get a big kill there on thing 2 and should be able to maybe secure C here.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about OpTic Nation now is Money B was finally able to kind of take a team and create it how he wanted it, and he seems to be playing so much better with that. We saw inconsistencies with Mbos before, and he's not inconsistent really anymore, especially in tournament play. Granted, he's not going against these top teams, and he's going against other teams who are competing for the spot, but I still think he's doing really
well. It's
well.
Funny because it's so similar to the Unite team that he played with at Columbus.
Right.
A lot of the same players as Killa and Ricky, both from that squad. He's going to be pushing in here through Closet. He's got a couple players in or outside of B here. 2 guys he's going to have to deal with, both around bar. Sneaks around in behind. Going to be able to get one, but will be taken out there by Trojan.
Yep. Jumping on board with Ricky here. I mean, the members of Fuse, they do have A, and they're contemplating going towards C here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but they do have Ricky in this power position. Ricky has to play this like, has this 1, can he make it 2? And, just hit markers.
Yeah, unfortunately, just outside that range where it gets a little bit more difficult to hit all those shots with the Vector. Will eventually get picked up by his teammate. Historify will be taken out. They're going to be able to 2-hop this C flag. So good stuff here out of Fuse. Still relatively tight. I mean, they're down, 13 right now, but that's nothing you can't overcome on Strike Zone Dom.
Yeah, and they're set up very nicely here. I mean, OpTic Nation trapped in their B bar here, and now that's an unfortunate spawn for me. Oh, Miracles just destroyed him, and he's going to get a 2-piece. That is huge.
Wow,
play
it's a
for
little bobbing and weaving behind the pole there, and able to pick up both, like you said. Running down to the final 15 seconds, it's going to be a pretty tight game going into the second half. Just looking at the KDs here, no one too stand outish. +4 for Miracles, +3 for Money B. So those two really going to get done on the sliding side.
Yep. And final seconds here. Give me your math, Maven. I'm kidding.
It's 12. Yeah. Get up that calculator.
I had to say I'm kidding immediately because I knew you were going to do it.
Oh, yeah. No. You would have been teased for that one. I had, Golden Boy is actually going to be casting a little bit on Alpha. So hopefully, he wasn't really prepared to cast. So I don't know if he has his calculator with him.
Yeah.
But he may need it.
I mean, the Galaxy S4, the phone he has, is big enough to be a TI-83, man.
It's gigantic.
That thing's insane.
Jumping into side 2 here, going to be a 12-point lead right now for OpTic Nation. It's going to be Money B really by himself. He's going to have 2 players that he was going to be able to have to engage in a B. Is this the Bulldog?
Look at Killa. Killa told me a long time ago, he said, Scott, I'm not a follower. I make my own trends, and that is exactly what he's doing here with this Bulldog on Strike Zone. But it does kind of make sense for the initial break. You could almost do an overkill Bulldog, which I think might be a little bit better, but either way, a Bulldog on Strike.
Yeah, I mean, he did it off the break, I think, of the first side as well. Unfortunately, we hadn't hopped into the game yet. But this is a little bit better. At least we've gotten to the point in the open bracket. You and I casted some of the earlier rounds, and we saw, 3 Bulldogs on a Sovereign SMG? Yeah. We're past that stage, which is nice. Miracle's not able to whip around and get that 2-piece. On board now with Ricky, who is trying to control A. His team already does have control of B. You see via the mini-map, all of Fuse is going to start flooding out from C, try to apply pressure onto this B cap.
Yeah, and we're going to just stay on board with Ricky here and see how he hits this rotation. I mean, the members of Fuse are just getting slaughtered in Closet, and now they're both going to be caught basically hugging with one another. He's going to round this corner, has the guy pushing up, cleans him up. There is going to be another one. Will he be able to take him down? He does. And here's the third one. Will he be able to get the three-piece? And he does. That's a huge play from Ricky.
Yeah, really solid stuff out of Ricky. Their first push might have worked, but Astorify, I think, got a team kill, and then a grenade came in from Killa to hold it off. Second push, Ricky just dominates them. And being stuck at C, in my opinion, this is the toughest bit to play out of. When you have A, B control, it is so tough. But they all flooded. I think they're, 2 or 3 capping A right now?
Yeah, I mean, they're working very well together. I mean, that's like the one thing we kind of said at X Games. They're like, you know, OpTic Nation, they didn't really play too much. I don't know how they're going to do as a team, but oh my God, Miracles is shredding. It's a nice two-piece there, jumping on board with Money B as he's going to hit this rotation here, and it is all about them right now.
Well, it was a good job. I mean, they had them pinned at C. They saw they were all flooding out pro to courtyard to get to A. They had C switched and capped so quickly. Just really good communication and rotations out of OpTic Nation thus far. Lead is extended almost to 30 points here. Historify able to pick up 1 and B, but will drop to the vector of Ricky.
And here comes Modi. Modi does have one in front of him, and he's just going to get shut down. Killa getting a humongous two-piece in the bar. Has another guy here, is able to take him out as well. Gets cleaned up. Down goes Money B, all up to Miracles, and Miracles, this is a good spot for him. His teammates are going to spawn close by him as well, and now he's going to try to hop on A. It's time to see what OpTic Nation plans on doing now.
Yeah, the lead now getting close, actually exactly to 30. 2 down right now for Fuse, just under halfway through this second side, and this is just going to be pretty much impossible to overcome. A 30-point lead is one thing at halftime, but when you've only got about 2 minutes left in this side too, they're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, and Killa, you know, he's not pushing too far in. He's highlighted on your minimap. He's not pushing too far into bar because he wants them to continue to spawn there. They basically just need to continue to hold this for just a little bit longer, and this game is theirs.
Well, one just got through to C. Killa's going to let that go, and I thought he was going to rotate into B, but he actually is going to go help his teammate out at C. They were able to clean that up. Now he's going to push through Closet. No one, just look at the minimap, no one in and around this B flag. He should be able to, at the bare minimum, get a neutral here.
And they do have to be a little bit worrisome just because Fuse is on a full-blown attack. They're going to try to get him, and Killa's going to get caught with timing. He's still alive, though. He's going to pop up, and now they're going to be losing C here. And no, they're not. That is big battles by Ricky and Money B.
At this point, I mean, they need a 3-cap pretty much for the rest of the game here, and you'll see a 3-cap held for a length of time every now and then on something like Octane, but very rarely do you see a full minute of a 3-cap on a map like Strike Zone. So this one is going to go to OpTic Nation. I don't really see any way that they can mount a comeback here with this deficit. But looking forward to the Game 2 S&D, OpTic Nation, I mean, that's kind of what they're known for. That was one of the big things when they got formed, especially with Killa, the GB All-Star. He knows some S&D strats.
Yeah, the Wager All-Star.
Yeah,
Team Killa. The hilarious arguments you always hear him have, but yeah, it is going to be difficult for them to really, and by them I mean Fuse. It's going to be difficult for Fuse to kind of come back and win this game number 2. They were probably expecting this to be one of OpTic Nation's worst maps, and I think at X Games they probably went 1-1.
Yeah, well, so, really, from a killing standpoint, I mean, look at Fuse. Historify 33 and 28, ton of interactions.
Yeah,
leads the way in kills over both teams. But looking at the rest of the squad, pretty much everyone in and around -10. That's not going to get it done on a map where you really do need everyone to slay because it is really, really fast paced. But final 20 seconds to tick away. Yeah, this is going to be game 1 to OpTic Nation.
Yep, Ricky now just trying to pad his stats here. Money B was able to get 30 kills, so was Killa. Can Miracles do it? Has one there, and he does. Now it's up to Ricky. Ricky, sorry, buddy. Unless you get a 4-piece. Yep, not happening.
Yes.
So just like that, 32, 30, 30, and 26, but Ricky had 9 caps.
That's similar to the game you saw out of EG last night against FaZe Black, where they had, 3 players? I think 3 players, 2 or 3 players at 30.
Yeah.
The other 2 very close. Ricky just 4 off. That's a team slaying pretty well together there, all getting it done.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that. I mean, Strike Zone down, when you hold a 2-cap consistently for more than, a minute,
yeah,
I give it to you. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hop to a quick commercial break. When we come back, game number 2.